Hey there, I'm Jen Ferguson with Artistic Painting Studio, and I am super excited about my next project because we are going to foil a pair of Hey Dudes. So come join me. Okay, guys, I can't tell you how excited I am about customizing a pair of Hey Dudes. These are what's called the Austin Lift Leather, okay, in black, obviously. And you can see I'm definitely doing these for me because I'm using the Wild Leopard Spots large and small. And I'm going to do one section at a time because I want to use the large here, and then I'm going to use the small print all the way around. So I'm grabbing our Artsyville Embellishments foil adhesive, okay? And the first thing that you want to do to your leather is just clean it off with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. And here I am trying to provide you guys with a little bit of a visual here. So I'm using isopropyl alcohol 91%. You can use 91% or higher is recommended. And I've already put it into a spray bottle. So I'm just going to spray onto the leather and grab a paper towel and just clean off. Okay, I'm actually just going to spray some more on my paper towel because I think that's going to be the best way. This is going to help to get any residue on the shoe off, and I've always felt it's best to clean your leather first, okay? Rubbing alcohol also dries so fast that it should evaporate and just be dry within basically seconds, okay? So let's keep our fingers off of there. Okay, so I've already put some of my foil adhesive out onto what I call a sticky plate. You know, it really is sticky. My brush was getting stuck. I picked a small angular wash brush, and we are going to go ahead and just paint this on to the leather. Now I think I'm going to end up with a little bit of black around the top, kind of even just keeping the two sections separate, okay? And I'm hand brushing and not taping anything off because I think that is just going to give me my best application here, okay? I'm going to go up to the stitching, but I'm not going to go over the stitching. Again, I'm going to leave a little bit of that edge so it just kind of frames in the foil, and then just brush it out. So you can see our adhesive goes on milky white and it will dry completely clear. Okay, now I'm also going to stay off of the Hey Dude, their logo. So you're going to have to take your time, brush careful. And as you guys can tell, when I'm getting up on those straight lines, I get quiet, okay? It's like you're almost holding your breath. And as you can see, I just keep brushing out any of my brush strokes and trying to keep everything nice and neat and smooth with my application of the foil adhesive. You also want to make sure that you are putting on a nice coat, okay? Not that you need this on thick, but don't try to get it on so thin that you won't get a great foil transfer. If you miss a spot, you just won't have any transfer there, okay? I'm also staying off of the extra little stitching that they have on the side, trying to kind of like, I guess, preserve any of the extra character that they've added to this shoe. So I'm kind of going up to the stitching around the outside edge, trying to keep that as straight as possible. And we're almost there. The main reason I'm doing one section at a time is because these are so close to each other that it would be hard to keep the foil only going where you wanted it, because I'm using the two different patterns. It's just going to be easier to control with everything to do the top section first, okay, that I've got all on there. You can see it's still milky white where I first started. It's starting to dry and go clear, but I'm going to let these sit for about, at least a couple of hours best. Okay, if you're patient, you can even go longer than that. Remember, the longer you let the foil adhesive dry, the better it gets to a nice, firm, hard tack, and that is what we want to achieve. Okay, so once this is dry, we'll come back and add some foil. So our first section of adhesive is ready to go. You can see that it dried shiny, and you can see the difference between where I've applied the adhesive and where I have not, okay? So I've got both our Wild Leopard Spots foil in small and large print in the gold, and I believe I'm going to go ahead and use the large on the top and the small on the sides because there's not as much room, so I'm going to play with both of these. So let me grab a piece of this and get it cut. And remember, it is best to just leave your foil adhesive to dry overnight if you can, because you're going to find you're going to get some of the best results from the transfer, okay? So I'm just laying this up here on the top part of the shoe, kind of using my fingernail to get down into those low spots, okay, around the edge. And then I think it's going to be best. And then also I wanted to let you guys know, see, these forms came with the shoe and I've left them in because I figured they would give some support to be able to scrub well, okay? So I'm just going to use my toothbrush, being that it's a pretty small area, and scrub everything. I'm trying to get the best transfer I can, so I'm definitely going to scrub well for a minute or so on this. And I want you guys to see, as you can see, it gets a little frosted looking right here, and that's where the carrier sheet's actually pulling away from the transfer, so you can tell that that area has been done. Now I'm going to take that insert out and use my hand for a minute, thinking I might be able to just get a little bit more pressure this way, because I can get my hand exactly where I'm scrubbing. And I think we've got a pretty good transfer going here, so we'll peel and reveal in a second and take a look, okay? So I'm going to start from the top. Look at that, you guys. This is going to be so awesome, okay? If you see an area where you feel like maybe I could have scrubbed a little bit better, peel slowly so that you can go back, and that foil is going to fall right back into that place. But oh my gosh, these are going to look so awesome. Okay, again, found a little spot here on the side. And woohoo! Those are going to be so, so fun. Okay. Now, I could leave them as is, okay, and leave the black just to keep them a little bit more subtle. Or I can still go ahead and do the sides and bring our leopard around as well. So I think I'm going to go all out, and we're going to go ahead and finish off the sides too. But there's always options. So if you feel a little bit is all you guys want, you can just do the tops and leave them alone. Once again, I'm going to grab a paper towel. I'm going to spray it with some rubbing alcohol. Again, I like to use the 91% or higher, and because I've had my hand all over the shoe, I just want to kind of clean off the leather once again so that our foil adhesive adheres super well, okay? So cleaning the area that I'm planning on adding my adhesive. Again, we're going to use our Artsyville Embellishments foil adhesive. I like to put it out on a plate. I get my jar open here. And I'm just going to grab a little bit to begin with of what I think I might need. That way I can close up my lid and keep my product nice and sealed. Okay, same process as we did on the top. I'm just going to freehand brush the adhesive onto the surface, trying to make sure that I'm creating nice crisp lines, and just going to kind of bring the foil up to the stitching like I did on the other side, and I'm going to bring it up underneath, okay, on that little lip that is all around here, okay. So we'll have a little bit of black that will kind of separate the two sections, and I'm just going to paint this on and finish up this shoe. Okay guys, that didn't take too long, but make sure you take your time, that you brush as neat as you can and try to get all your lines really straight, because remember, I didn't tape anything off, so I'm just relying on my ability to brush, okay? So again, I want to let the adhesives set up well, so I'll let these dry overnight. And remember, you can stop at wherever part you want, okay? If you just want to do the tops or just do the sides, or you can incorporate a couple different prints like I'm doing. So we'll be back when this is dry and ready to foil. Okay guys, our foil adhesive is ready once again. So we're going to finish up the whole outside edge using the small version of Wild Leopard Spots. And I think it's going to be easiest to cut some strips and try to get this to go from front, okay? I'm trying to do as few seams as possible. So I'm going to give it a little cut here, okay? I know we're going to need more than one piece, so I'm going to go ahead and cut another strip. And if we take it around the front, we're definitely going to have seams on either side, but there's always this decision of where we want the seam. Now I could get a whole nother piece long enough to wrap from here to there, which would create a natural seam because there's this little gap here. I don't know if you guys can see it. See that little piece right there? But I don't think anybody's going to really notice this. So let's just go for it, okay? This is probably not my best positioning, but we're going to give it a try here and see if we can blend in all the seams I'm going to end up with. I should have planned that out a little bit better. But sometimes our worst plans are our best in the end, okay? So I'm not going to scrub all the way to the edge because I don't want to create a perfect line there if I can possibly get away from it, okay? So I'm going to try to stay short so I can blend in a little bit there. And the same on the other side, okay? So let's check as we're going. We've got to make sure we're getting underneath this lip. Get in there the best you can with that toothbrush, okay? Sometimes that's why the best reason is to use a toothbrush. And okay, this is coming out so cute. Even I think with my bad positioning, I think we're going to have complete success with these either way. Okay, so let's finish out this side. Let's position a little bit better than I did last time. And we're able to take it to the back. And we're just going to try and blend that seam for the best. And again, I'm going to come a little short back here because I don't want to go all the way to the edge and create a distinctive line. I'd rather have a transition that blends than a perfect line, okay? Okay, looking absolutely fabulous. These are going to be so fun. Okay. Woo! That looks great, you guys. I don't know if anybody would know where I seamed them. And look how fun that is with the two prints together. Okay, let's try to finish out the other side. I'm going to grab my new piece and see if we can make it all the way with this, okay? Trying to get it up underneath that area first. And then, yes, this is going to wrap all the way. Okay, so we should be able to finish this out perfectly. Okay, I think I'm going to need to turn this a little bit so I can get my hand in there. The hand is a great resist for the scrubbing. And just double check, make sure it's getting down into that lower area. Looking so great. Wow, you guys, look how fun those are going to be. So cute. I'm definitely going to be styling in this pair. Okay, to finish these off, we want to protect our foils. So we are going to be doing our final coat, and I want to grab the final coat in Low Gloss. Okay, we're going to use Final Coat Low Gloss. And for the main reason that the Wild Leopard Spots does not transfer bright and shiny, so I want to keep these kind of matte looking and not real shiny. But our final coat is also a flexible top coat, which is why we totally recommend using it. So I'm just going to grab any plate, okay? just a foam plate and pour a little bit out, because a little bit will go a long way with this product. And then let's just grab a nice small art brush, okay? And try not to get too much on your brush, because like I said, a little bit's going to go a long way. And you're going to brush on at least 3 to 4 coats, okay? This stuff goes on super thin, and it's designed to go on thin, so you're going to have to build up the durability, and I would suggest about 3-4 coats. That way you'll have nice protection for your shoes, so you'd be able to wipe them clean. And the final coat only takes about 15-20 minutes to dry in between layers, so it's not like this is going to be a project that's going to take a long time, okay? Within about an hour, okay, of just setting a timer, you can get 4 coats on here and make sure you've got good protection. And again, the reason why I love the final coat is because it will stay flexible. It's not going to get stiff feeling, and being with a pair of leather shoes, we want it to stay nice and flexible, because we want our shoes to be soft. We don't want this to get hard and stiff. And that is it, okay? So make sure you protect them, give them a few coats, and then you guys are done. You will be styling in these super cool custom Hey Dudes. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. For a complete list of all materials and supplies, you're going to find them in the description below. And make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our fun projects coming up. Thank you guys for joining me.